We're doing an 8K scan of Baraka. It's a process that involves scanning each frame of the film individually. The results we've seen are just incredible, and we're very excited to finally take advantage of the 65mm negative that we have.
The decision by the filmmakers to shoot Baraka on 65mm negative was not a purely technical one. There is an immediacy and a connection with the audience when you screen a 70mm print of this film or of any film that surpasses 35mm. You're suddenly immersed in the image. You're less aware of the fact that you're watching a print or a film, and you connect on a more emotional level with what you're watching. To simulate that in the home environment was our objective. And through our testing phase, we learned that the way to get closest to the in-theater film experience, to the experience of viewing Baraka that was the filmmaker's original intention, was to digitize the film at the highest possible resolution.
The idea was presented to Mark, and there was a test that we did with Photochem to demonstrate the quality of the final product in both standard definition and high definition, as opposed to earlier masters that had been created. The test spoke for itself. Mark and Ron saw that, and they said, this is clearly head and shoulders above anything that we've previously seen on this film. Mark and Ron don't like to be constrained by the trends of an industry. If anything, they want to be ahead of the curve. And I think they made the bold decision here to proceed with a style of mastering that will eventually become more common. But this is, as far as I know it, the first time a feature film has been scanned at 8K resolution.
Scanning Baraka at 8K is a unique methodology designed specifically for Baraka. It's virtually never done. We're lucky here at Photochem in that we have a scanner that can digitize 65mm negative at the highest resolution. Our high-resolution 65mm scanner is unique in the world in that on a film like Baraka, it can scan at up to 8K of resolution. Specifically, that means 8,192 pixels of resolution across the width of the frame, which is the highest resolution possible in the world and roughly comparable to the amount of information that's discernible that you can actually pull from a piece of negative that size. We oversample what's on the negative at 8K resolution, and from that 8K file on a frame-by-frame basis, we create an HD resolution file. Because we've oversampled, greater detail is retained in the HD file than if we had digitized simply at HD resolution. One of the reasons why this approach is not often taken when creating a DVD master of a film is because it takes so much time. And there's really no shortcuts around how long it takes to do high-resolution scans to capture all the information that's available on that negative.
It takes about 12.5 seconds a frame, 13 seconds a frame. There are about 150,000 frames in Baraka, and that's about 30 terabytes of information at 8K.
It's going to take us about 3 weeks just to digitize the film before we can even begin doing all of the color correction and digital restoration work that will result in a pristine and perfect-looking image.
It has created a dynamic range, a color saturation, a sharpness, a contrast ratio that one just doesn't see. This so far exceeds anything that is in theatrical release, in any niche industry. I mean, whether it's the feature industry, whether it's animation, whether it's a specialty, nothing comes close to the quality of this. And as a part of the process, this digital intermediate process, we were able to bring digital tools to the aid of this film. We were able to clean up damage to the original negative. whether that was negative damage that occurred in production in the Himalayas or in the jungles of Brazil, or whether that was damage that occurred over time at the laboratory. We were able to take a number of camera artifacts that were not intended to be part of the experience, but are a natural consequence of shooting in an analog format. With these digital tools, we were able to eliminate those distractions. It's extremely appropriate for Baraka because it has so much to offer. And we're fortunate that MPI and Mark Magidson and Ron Fricke saw there was an opportunity to preserve the legacy of this film using the best and most advanced technology of the day to create this new version.
The purpose of all this incredible technology that's incorporated into this new release is really not for the sake of the technology itself, but it's really to bring a greater impact, a greater emotional impact to the viewer.
Creating the HD DVD master on Baraka is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us here at Photochem. It's given us the opportunity to create new 65mm protection elements and a new 70mm print on a 65mm classic film. It's given us the further opportunity to digitize that film at the highest resolution possible and to create what is arguably the highest quality DVD that's ever been made.